Hello, my name is Oren Otter. I'd like to thank you for choosing the Transformation Parlor today. I'd just like to say a few things before we begin. These videos are free for everyone to use. All I ask is that you help get the word out about the Transformation Parlor by telling others about us. And this particular routine is completely free. You don't have to do anything. However, if you like what we do here at the Transformation Parlor, I would like to ask you to consider becoming a patron. Every little bit you contribute helps us to continue making new routines. Even a dime per video would be of great help to us. And to those of you who already are our patrons, I'd like to thank you very much for your support and for making these routines possible. This video is an Otter Day hypnosis module, in which you will be transformed into an otter and taken on a short adventure. As always, I would like to give you my assurance that this is a safe process. It is as safe as sleep. I can't make you do anything that you don't want to do. I won't make you my slave. I won't wipe your memory. I couldn't do that anyway. And you'll be in charge of yourself the entire time. If at any point you don't like what I'm doing, you're free to abort the process then and there. I will, however, be taking you into a state of deep relaxation, so I'd like you to be sitting or lying down as comfortably as possible, in a position where your head is supported when you relax your neck. I want you to be as comfortable as possible, so if you feel the need to move a little, you can go ahead. You can shift your weight or scratch an itch, do whatever you need to do. Otherwise, just lie as still and quiet as possible, and let my voice do all the work for you. Now, if you're ready, we'll begin. I'd like you to start by focusing on your toes. Just make sure that all of your toes are as relaxed as they can possibly be. And as you do this, you'll notice a warm feeling starting to build inside them. It feels very good. And as you continue to relax your toes, you feel that warm, pleasant feeling rising up from your toes into your feet. As it comes up, it's making all of the muscles in your feet completely relax, just feeling so very good, making everything just feel so good and relaxed, letting go of all the tension, just letting all the stress melt away. As that warm energy comes up from your feet past your ankles, up into your shins, making all of the muscles in your lower leg relax. All of the muscles in your shins and your calves just feeling so good, so calm and peaceful, as you just relax and listen to the sound of my voice. And as you do, you'll notice that warm, pleasant feeling coming up past your knees, up into your thighs, making all of the muscles in your legs relax, all the way up into your hips and into your pelvis, just making everything feel so good, so completely relaxed and peaceful, as if you were immersed waist deep in a nice, warm bath. Just feeling so excellent, so relaxed, as that warm, pleasant feeling continues to rise up into your abdomen, making all of the muscles in your stomach relax, all of the muscles in your lower back, just leaving you feeling so very good. And you'll notice now that that warmth is starting to come into your fingertips, rising up through your fingers, making all of the muscles in your fingers completely relax, just leaving them feeling so good, letting all the muscles go slack and at ease, just letting go of all the tension, letting all the stress melt away, as that warm, positive sensation comes up past your wrist, up into your arms, making all of the muscles in your forearms relax. Just feels so good, letting go of all the tension, letting all the knots that have formed in the muscles just unwind and let go. And as that warm, pleasant sensation comes up past your elbows, up into your upper arms. You can feel your biceps and your triceps relaxing, your shoulders all the way up into your rotators, just making everything feel so very good. And that feeling is coming up from your stomach, up into your chest, moving inward from your shoulders, making all of the muscles in your chest relax, letting go of all the tension as you just lay back and feel good, listening to the sound of my voice and letting my words create your reality for you, just leaving you feeling so very good as that warm, wonderful feeling comes up into your neck, making all of the muscles in your neck unwind and relax, just feeling so very good as it comes up into your face, into your chin, making all of the muscles in your jaw relax, all of the muscles in your cheeks, around your ears, around your mouth, and up into your nose, just making everything feel so calm and peaceful and relaxed. And you can feel that warmth now coming up through your eyes, making all of the muscles around your eyes relax, all of the muscles in your brow and up into your forehead, just relaxing and making you feel so good. And as that warmth fills you to the top of your head, you just feel so good. The only muscles working now are the ones that you're using to breathe. So go ahead and take a big, deep breath, breathing in more of that warm, positive energy, and breathing out the last remnants of stress. Breathing in that warm, positive feeling, and breathing out the last remnants of tension. And as you breathe in, with each breath, I'd like you to open your eyes. And as you breathe out, I'd like you to close them again. Breathing in, opening your eyes, and as you do, they become just a little harder to open each time, becoming heavier as if there were weights attached to them. And each time you breathe out, it becomes easier just to let them close again. Breathing in that warm, pleasant feeling, opening your eyes just a little bit less each time. Breathing out all of the stress and letting your eyes close a little more easily. Breathing in that pleasant feeling and breathing out all of your stress. Breathing in and breathing out, just feeling so very good, just relaxing, feeling wonderful, and beginning to sink down into trance as you just feel so very good. And if you'd like to let your eyes close now, you can go ahead and let them close. Just let them close and let them lock shut, because it just feels so good to completely relax. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in that warm, positive feeling and breathing out the last little bits of stress. And if you'd like to try to open your eyes, you can give it a try, but you'll notice that they're not going to open because it just feels too good to lie back and completely relax, just listening to the sound of my voice and letting my words do all the work for you as you sink into trance, feeling so very good. And you're doing very well now. You're sinking into trance. You're going further and further the more you listen to my voice. And I'm going to help you go even further now. I'm going to count backwards from 10 to 1. And as I count, with each number I count, you'll find yourself going a little bit deeper into trance. When I reach 1, I'll snap my fingers and tell you to sleep. And when I do, you'll find that you're able to go even deeper into that wonderful state of trance. Each time I snap my fingers and say sleep, you'll be able to go even deeper into that wonderful state of trance. 10, starting down into trance now. 9, going a little deeper. 8, with each number I count. 7, further and further down. 6, still feeling so good. 5, feeling better the deeper you go. 4, going deeper the better you feel. 3, further and further. 2, nearly there now. 1, sleep. You're doing very well now, going so very deep into that blissful state of trance as you just listen to the sound of my voice and sleep. Feeling so very good, so completely relaxed and peaceful as you just enjoy relaxing and sleep. Feeling so very good and doing so very well as you go deeper and deeper into that wonderful state of sleep. Just drifting down into a totally peaceful state of trance, feeling so very good as you sleep. Going into a very, very deep sleep. Deep, deep sleep. You're doing very well, and you've gone just about as far as you can go now. I'm going to help you go even deeper, but to do that, I'm going to need to wake you up, and then we'll go even deeper into that wonderful, relaxing state of trance. 1, coming up out of trance now. 2, still feeling very good. 3, becoming aware of your surroundings. 4, open your eyes. 5, fully awake now, still feeling very good, very relaxed. Go ahead and stretch your arms and legs if you need to. Get the kinks out. We're just taking a little break now before we go back down into trance. We're going to go 10 times deeper than before. So just get into a comfortable position as we go back down into trance now. 10, going back down. 9, further and further with each number. 8, going 10 times deeper into trance now. 7, still feeling so absolutely wonderful. 6, feeling better and better the deeper you go. 5, going deeper and deeper the better you feel. 4, drifting further and further down. 3, still feeling absolutely wonderful. 2, nearly there now. And 1, sleep. You're doing very well, going 10 times deeper each time I snap my fingers and say, sleep. Doing so very well, still feeling so very good. Every muscle in your body completely relaxed and peaceful as you sleep. Still feeling so very good, going deeper and deeper, closer and closer to that perfect state of sleep. Just a few more steps now before we're all the way there. Just relax and listen to the sound of my voice as you sleep. Going further and further into that blissful state of sleep. That deep, deep state of sleep. Deep, deep sleep. Wonderfully deep sleep. Just feeling absolutely wonderful as you relax and lay back and let your mind drift. And as you let your mind drift, you begin thinking about some dreams that you've been having. Some wonderful dreams about life on a tropical island. An island filled with waterfalls and rivers and a big lagoon with forests and beaches and mountains. It's a lush tropical paradise, and every time you think about it, you see creatures playing. Furry creatures with whiskery faces and long tapering tails. You're not sure what the dream means, but you enjoy it every time you have it. And you're hoping that you'll have one of those dreams tonight. And so you lay back on your bed and drift to sleep, hoping another one of those pleasant dreams will come. And as you lay there with your eyes closed, you become aware that someone is in the room with you. It's not a frightening feeling. So you open your eyes to see who it is. And there you see a small creature standing before you. A small, furry brown creature with a long tail and flippers and a whiskery face. The creature you see is me. Hello, I'm Oren Otter. I've come all the way from Otter Island looking for you. Do you recognize me? Oh, but I can see from the look on your face that you've forgotten a great deal. Do you remember who you are? You're one of the lost otters of Otter Island. I can see that you don't quite understand what I'm talking about, and so I'll explain. Otter Island is a wonderful place far across the sea, where all of the people are talking otters. Well, not all of them, but most of them. But Otter Island has its enemies. One of them, an evil being from another dimension named Nexicul, has been trying to get a foothold on our island for many years. In one of his schemes, he tricked many of us. He disguised himself as a genie or a kindly wizard who offered to grant wishes, but he twisted our wishes. And in each case, he turned us into humans and sent us far, far away. Our memories were altered so that we would believe we had always been humans, and we would forget that we were otters or that we came from Otter Island. But some of us remembered. I spent 3 years as a human before I remembered, but I did, and I came back to Otter Island and resumed my original form of an otter. And then I went out in search of others who had been tricked the same as me, to bring them home and turn them back into otters again. You're one of us, and if you would like me to, I can take you back to Otter Island and help you become an otter again. Would you like that? All right then, take my hand. Very good. And as your hand slips into mine, observe this circle of light forming before us. This is our gateway. So if you trust me, go ahead and step through with me. That's right. And now, as the circle closes behind us, you find yourself on a rock out in the middle of the ocean. The rock is only about 12 feet wide. There's a small cave, and inside you can see some food and some blankets. And to one side of the rock, a boat is anchored. I'm sorry I couldn't take you directly to Otter Island. There's protective magic around us that prevents us from teleporting directly there. This is one of the Ebenezer's, 8 small islands surrounding the big island. Here, come and sit with me in the boat, and I'll row us in. I'm glad I found you. Do you remember anything about Otter Island? No? Well, you're going to like it. And this is an especially good day to be found, for today is Otter Day Eve. Oh, I see you don't remember anything about Otter Day either. Oh, it's a wonderful day. You're really going to enjoy it, I promise. And as we row toward the island, you take in the sights and sounds, and the clouds scudding across the blue sky, the cries of the seabirds, the gently rolling waves, and you begin to notice some otters swimming toward us. You're curious about them, I see. Ah, yes. Those otters are undertaking the Otter Day Eve Endurance Challenge. They're swimming out to the Ebenezer that we just came from. They'll be staying there overnight and swimming back the next day. It's a difficult challenge, but if they can make it all the way there and back without giving up, they'll be hailed as heroes. It's a long way back to the island, a long row of over 20 miles. I hope you're not in a hurry. Say, what's that in the water? I see a fin sticking out. It looks like a dolphin. I think I know who that is. That's Tiglath, the were-dolphin. Let's see if we can get him to come talk to us. Oh, Tiglath.
Hey, who dat?
Don't be shy. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
I like you. You going to island?
That's right. This is one of the lost otters. We're going home now.
Yay, you found one. Huzzah.
That's right. And I'll be doing a transformation as soon as we get to shore.
You gimme rope, I pull you.
Why, thank you. That will get us to shore a lot faster. Hold on. Here we go. And as you grab on to the sides of the boat, Tiglath takes off swimming. The boat quickly picks up speed as Tiglath pulls, and the waves seem to whiz by. Soon, the island is coming into view. You can see a tall gray mountain with an enormous waterfall cascading down one side. There are beautiful green forests all over the island. And as we approach, Tiglath takes us to a golden sandy beach where we pull the boat ashore in the shade of some beautiful palm trees. As Tiglath swims away, he waves goodbye with his fluke, and we wave back. Welcome home. This is Otter Island. Are you ready to be changed back into an otter? Oh, good. Just go ahead and lie down here on the nice warm sand. That's right. Just relax and get comfortable. Are you comfortable? Good. Then I'll go ahead and begin the transformation. First, I'm going to teleport your clothing away. You're not going to need any clothing now. You're becoming an otter. All otters need is their own fur, so all of your clothing is teleporting back to your human home, back to its closets and dressers where it belongs. And though your clothing is gone, you feel absolutely no shame. Now in place of your clothing, you're growing a beautiful coat of fur. It's soft and silky and beautiful, and is covering you from the top of your head to the tips of your feet. And speaking of feet, that's where I'm going to begin. As I touch each of your toes, you'll notice that your toenails are growing outward, becoming longer and narrower, harder and sharper, changing into the claws of an otter's feet. Your toes themselves are becoming slender and long, and between them, wide swaths of webbing. Your feet are transforming into an otter's flippers, and the transformation just seems to feel absolutely right, as if you're not changing from a human into an otter, but rather back into an otter, as if this was what you were always meant to be. Your legs are changing, becoming shorter, thinner, and yet stronger, changing into the haunches of an otter. And again, it just feels right, as if you were changing from an unnatural form back to a natural one. And as your legs finish changing, your spine begins to grow longer. It snakes down past your hips, growing into a long, muscular tail. So big, so powerful, almost as wide as your body itself. And again, it just feels right, as if you had lost an arm or a leg, and now it's grown back. You were missing a limb before, and now you have it again. As the transformation progresses, the changes continue up your body, making it longer, more slender, strong and sinewy, and yet long and flexible. It's almost as if your spine has become a rope. And again, it just feels right, as if you were completely stiff before, and now you have the freedom to bend again. You can feel your fingernails changing now, going through the same changes that your toenails did, becoming long and narrow, curved and sharp, changing into the claws of an otter. Webbing is forming between your fingers, and yet the rest of your hand remains largely unchanged. Oh, it's definitely not a human hand anymore, but it's still very much a hand. Your arms are becoming much shorter, your skin a bit looser, as the bones of your arm transform and bend into an S shape. The muscles of your arm seem to find themselves in a much more comfortable configuration. Your shoulders seem to move forward and inward, and yet, much like your spine, they're very, very flexible, so that when you stand on all fours, your arms will be directly underneath you. But when you stand up, you can move them to the sides and use them as arms again. Your neck is becoming longer and stronger, and like the rest of your spine, your bones are becoming so much more flexible, enabling you to move with comfort and ease. And the skin of your neck has become much looser, so that it seems to wear much more comfortably. Just a loose, relaxed feel that seems just right. And now the transformation is progressing up into your head. Your human hair has changed to match the fur covering the rest of your body. Your ears have become very small and round. Your eyes have developed an inner eyelid, and as you open and close it experimentally, you notice that it's just like looking through a pair of goggles. With these special eyelids, you can swim underwater with your eyes fully open and see where you're going. How convenient. Your nose and mouth are coming forward, becoming almost like the muzzle of a cat, and yet your upper lip with its whisker bundles is becoming very, very large and rounded. And you find that with very little effort, you can close your nostrils completely. Another wonderful adaptation to allow you to swim comfortably underwater. And as your face finishes changing, your dull human teeth become sharp otter teeth, complete with a very impressive set of fangs. And now that you've completely assumed the form of an otter, your body is changing size, becoming smaller and smaller, until you're just about the size of a house cat. And as you look down at your furry body, it seems as if this was the form you were always supposed to be in. It just feels right. And now let me help you up. There, how does that feel? Good. Why don't you try walking a few steps? I see you're a little bit wobbly. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Your brain just isn't used to walking with such short legs. There, you're getting the hang of it. That's very good. Why don't you follow me now? That's right, this way. Down the road here is the fish farm village. This is where I live. On the right, we have the gardens. Over on the left, that's where the microlonts live. They're very, very small otters. That's my house over there. That's where I have my magic shop. Oh, and look who's here. It's Tech, the fruit farmer.
Good morning, Oren, and new friend. I don't believe I've met you before.
I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Ah, that's a very interesting name. Welcome to Otter Island.
This is one of the lost otters who Nexical turned into a human, like me.
Is that so? Well, I'm glad to see you got better.
Say, it's getting kind of late. Is there a place where my friend can sleep for the night?
Well, there's Ridget's burrow. He's away in Pescadia right now. I'm sure he wouldn't mind sharing it.
Is that all right with you? All right then. That's right over here. Here we go. I'll just get the door. Here we are. Nice and cozy. Bridget keeps a guest bed just in case of situations like this. Here it is. A nice pile of mosses, just right for an otter to sleep on. I don't think you need it, but just in case you do, here's a nice warm palm frond blanket. Oh, and you know what day it is? It's Otter Day Eve. That means we have to leave some seaweed out for the Waitareke. What? Don't you know about the Waitareke? Oh, that's right. You don't remember, do you? The Waitareke is a little bit like Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny. On the night of Otter Day Eve, he comes around to our burrows. He takes the seaweed that we leave for him, and he leaves cookies, fish-shaped cookies. Last year, I got chocolate and peanut butter cookies in the shape of seahorses. Who knows what he'll bring this time? There we go. I have set out a plate of seaweed. Have a good night, my friend, and I'll see you in the morning. And as you watch me leave and close the door behind me, you lay down on the nice, comfortable bed of moss and pull the palm frond blanket up over you and drift into a blissful, peaceful state of sleep. As you sleep, you dream, and most of your dreams are happy, as memories of life on this tropical island come softly trickling back into your mind. But one dream in particular seems very strange. In this dream, you see a very large man. He's made of wood. His features are extremely sharp. A long pointed nose, a long pointed chin, and two long pointed ears. The ears are tipped with tufts of leaves. The wooden man is seated on a throne which seems to be made of a single tree, a tree so large that its roots bore all the way down into the core of the planet. And before this giant wooden man stands an ogre. He seems very small by comparison. The lost otters must not be allowed to return, says the tree man. I have removed each one for a reason. They are the only ones who can thwart my plans. The ogre only grunts in response. Before you is a bag of black gems, says the tree man. They will send the lost otters back to their places in the human world and make them once again forget who they are. But master, says the ogre, how can I use these charms on them? The giant tree man waves his hand, and as sparkles fly from his fingers, the ogre is rapidly transformed into an otter. The ogre, now wearing the perfect disguise, picks up the bag and walks away, intent on his mission. The dream was a little bit disturbing, but you soon forget it as your mind wanders to more pleasant things, like the celebration tomorrow and new friends to be made. As the dreams fade away, you rise to greet the morning sun. Breakfast consists of 5 large oatmeal raisin cookies, playfully shaped like manta rays, which the white reke left during his visit last night. Opening the door to the burrow, you see me approaching. Good morning. I hope you slept well. Are you ready to play some games? Because we're already getting underway. I knew you would. Come on, let's go and play some games. It's a short, pleasant walk to the field where otters are gathered to play games. They're running around, stretching, limbering up. And when we reach the field, I take you over to a very attractive otter of the opposite sex. This is Ko. Ko needs a partner for the one-tailed race.
Hello,
Says Ko.
and you are? I like that name. Do you know how to play the one-tailed race?
This is one of my favorite games. 2 otters have their tails tied together, one facing forward and one facing backward.
The first team to make it to the finish line without tripping over each other wins.
Or, as often happens, the first team to make it across the finish line with lots of tripping over each other.
It looks like we're about to begin. Do you want to be my partner in the race?
Okay then, just come and stand right over here and hold still while I tie your tails together. There we go.
Participants for the one-tailed race, on your marks, get set, go!
The race is as slow as it is hilarious. A couple of times you're certain you'll never get back to your feet again, but you do, and you keep racing, and soon you're crossing the finish line. In fact, you're crossing first. You and Ko have won the one-tailed race. Congratulations! The entire morning goes like that, filled with fun and silly games. The sack race, the egg relay, the dance like a monkey competition. It's a fantastic day for January. The weather is warm, the sun is bright. In fact, I thought perhaps you could use this. You can't help but smile as I hand you a straw hat. I wove this myself last night. It's a tradition to give each other handmade gifts on Otter Day. But I also have something else I want to give you. I hold out my hand, and in it is a large coin with a crescent moon on it. This is a moon amulet. When you throw it at someone's feet, that someone is automatically transformed back to their true form. I want you to have it in case you should ever get turned back into a human again. You're welcome. You place the amulet in the band of the hat and place the hat on your head. As you do this, you notice a sea otter running towards us. "They're coming," he says. "The swimmers are coming home." Suddenly, everyone becomes very excited. All the otters run down to the beach. It's the swimmers from the Endurance Challenge. They're coming back to the island. They've made it all the way back to the island for a round trip of almost 50 miles. There's a great deal of cheering and applause and banner waving as the swimmers step out of the sea and onto the beach, tired and sore, but proud. These are the heroes of the day. They've overcome an incredible challenge, and they will be the guests of honor at the Otter Day feast. And we all feel a swell of pride as these champions are presented with white scarves as trophies for their marvelous marathon swim. And as the last scarf is presented, King Midgebill himself declares that the feast is to begin. And oh, what a feast! The cooks have been working overtime. Massive tables are laid with an array of foods. There's all sorts of fish. There's eel, tuna, salmon, carp, mackerel, mahi-mahi, orange roughy, catfish, gar, even a bit of shark. There's eggs, both raw and boiled, and even some scrambled eggs on a bed of kombu and nori seaweed. There's lobster, crab, shrimp, crawdad. There's a variety of fresh fruit, including apples, oranges, pears, pineapples, and watermelon. That's the wonderful thing about tropical islands. You can grow fresh watermelon in January. Everyone is eager to dig in. But we wait. First, the Queen is to say grace.
Wina mungu, vas batul benchip es wache omo yinak, jipke es tul ama.
Though she speaks in Islandish, you understand perfectly what she is saying. Thank Mungu, that is our name for the Creator, Father of all who love him. He has given us many good things. Let us love him all the more. Everyone responds with,
Yeah.
And the feast begins in earnest. The food is delicious. As you eat, a stranger comes up to you. "I understand you're one of the lost otters," says the stranger. "I wanted to personally welcome you back to the island. Here, an Otter Day present from me to you." He opens his hand to you, and in it is a small, dark crystal. You're about to take it when you think that something doesn't seem right about this. Aren't Otter Day gifts supposed to be handmade? And then suddenly you recognize the stranger. It's the ogre from your dream, in disguise, trying to slip you one of the evil magic charms. Thinking quickly, you take the moon amulet from the band of your hat and dash it at his feet. The fake otter is instantly transformed back into an ogre. At once the members of the coastal patrol surround him and take him captive. Everyone seems a bit confused at what just happened, and so you explain to them about your dream. The king is very pleased. Your quick thinking saved the day, and so he presents you with a Medal of Honor. The shadows are growing long now. It's been a very good day. You've played lots of games, you've eaten some wonderful food, and you've been declared a hero. Sitting on the warm sandy beach, you watch the sun set in the west. I sit down beside you and ask, "So, what are your plans for the future?" You've actually been thinking about this for a bit. You know that there are many more people out there, many more lost otters of Otter Island. They need someone to find them, to bring them home, and change them back into the otters they're supposed to be. As much as you love being here on the island, you want to return to the human world and help these people. A very noble goal, and I think I can help you. In my hand is a small bag. In this bag is one of the crystals that the ogre had with him. I've modified the spell on it. This will transform you back into your human form, and it will take you back to your place in the human world. But you will remember that you are still an otter. People may tell you that you're a human, but you'll know that you're an otter, and you'll remember your life here on Otter Island. And when you find another one of the lost otters, all you have to do is hold their hand and put the charm back in its sack, and you'll be transported back here to Otter Island. Just bring them to me, and I'll reverse their transformation and change them back into otters. Remember, when you want to be human, just take the charm out of the bag, and when you put it back into the bag, you'll be transformed back into an otter and brought back here to Otter Island. You can use the charm as many times as you wish, but that's not the only charm I have for you. In my other hand is a necklace made of wooden beads. Life in the human world can be very frustrating, and so I've made this charm for you to take back with you. This charm will help you to hang on to the joy of being an otter. While you're wearing this charm, whenever you see an otter, even if it's a statue or a picture of an otter or a toy, or even if somebody just says the word otter, you'll remember how happy you were today, and you'll be able to recapture that wonderful feeling of happiness, the terrific way it feels just to be an otter and to live life to the fullest. When you're in human form, it will become invisible, but you'll know that it's still there. And any time you see an otter or hear the word otter, you'll remember the feeling that you felt today, the joy, the freedom, the pride, the love and friendship, all the wonderful things that come from being an otter. And so you take the necklace and place it around your neck, and instantly you feel twice as good just from looking at my face and remembering how wonderful it is to be an otter. And as long as you can have this feeling, you know that you can do what you have to do. And so, I give you the bag with a charm in it. If you feel you're ready, it's time to go back and begin your mission with a little fear and a lot of excitement. You reach into the bag and pull out the charm. There's a moment of disorientation, and you find yourself somewhere else. You're back where you began. You're in human form once again, and you're exactly where you were when you began listening to my hypnotic routine. In just a little while, you'll awaken, and you'll remember everything that happened. You'll remember how I found you and brought you to Otter Island. You'll remember becoming an otter. You'll remember playing games and eating wonderful food and saving the day from the ogre transformed into an otter. And you'll remember how you're secretly an otter in human form, out in the human world, looking for the lost otters of Otter Island. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5, and as soon as I reach 5, you're going to come fully awake, and you're going to remember everything. 1, starting up out of trance now. 2, a little higher with each number. 3, becoming aware of your surroundings. 4, opening your eyes. 5, fully awake now. Happy Otter Day.